not connected. Basically, what we want to go over, we want to make sure that everybody understands what's going on this year. So we want to have it recorded. Should be live on the Facebook page. And I know some captains couldn't be here, but we're gonna do the best that we can. We got Marjorie from Bomb Squad, Ramel, he's gonna be a new team here, and we got Justin Savage representing NWO, um, and Brandon again, the vice president, he's back. So I just want to go over real quick. I know a lot of people had some
Hey,
issues with,
and we're from High Five Party, by the way.
and from High Five Party. So I just want to real quick. We've talked. I've looked over the bylaws. Okay, and I really don't think there's anything egregious or ridiculous on the bylaws. I know we wanted to talk about this here. Um, Josh Lee's tuning in with us. Josh, we appreciate you watching. He's going to be another captain. Um, I don't think there's been a lot of issues. The big issue last year was if you forfeit a game or you no show a game, you have to pay the umpires. Coaches that are here, do you have any issue with doing that if it comes down to, obviously, I think there's a timeline in there. It needs to be within 24 hours. If you can't do that, does anybody have an issue with doing that if that's what it comes down to?
No.
No, no issue at all. I think we should be able to
Savage?
get we should be able to let you know ahead of time within the 24 hours. I think that's only fair. So that's what's
Yeah.
up. I like that idea.
I mean, we're
Yeah,
only adults. We should be able to do that. So.
yeah,
Yeah, because we can always reschedule teams to play other teams. Like if two teams can't play or one team can't play or whatever, we can move the schedule around so the other teams can play. So
yeah. I'm gonna
like
get this out.
we're really gonna lay this back a little bit.
I mean, that's really the only issue I think we had last year. I mean, obviously there was another. We want to start the games on time, okay? And I don't think that that's too much of an issue here. If we give a start time, that's when the game starts. We got some comments coming in here. So those are the only issues I think we really ran into. I don't think these bylaws are a problem. I really don't.
No,
And we'll get these out to everybody, and I just don't see any point of changing something that really isn't a big issue.
I
If
thought
any
the
coaches that are
issue
here, let me know.
I thought the issue was the forfeit rule. If you forfeit 2 games after a week, whatever it was, that you weren't allowed to be in the playoffs. I thought that was where the big argument came in.
So I think that's where, and I agree with you, Marjorie. That was an issue here. So one thing we want to talk about here, and again, Facebook users can chime in. Um, bring enough. You have to play enough games, right, to qualify for playoffs. That's in the bylaws. Everybody needs to make sure they have enough
what is the
players.
bylaws at right now for that number? I forget.
I believe. God, there's so many of them.
Last time I knew, when we voted last year, it was half the games for the men, and I believe it's 4 games for women.
Okay.
I think that's more than fair.
Yep.
Half for men. We said 4 for women.
Yep.
Yeah, Marjorie, appreciate that. I think that's perfect. I don't think that's a problem. And again, it doesn't really come down to rosters until the playoffs start. So what we appreciate is that people at least field a team. Make sure you have enough people there. I think the issue is people want to play on Sunday. Okay.
Yeah, and if you need subs, don't just stack a team. Make it realistic. You know what I mean? Take a peek across the hallway and see what the team is you're playing. Don't go out there and build murderers row against the team that's just barely showing up. Let's have some common sense and have fun. You know what I mean?
I think that's more than I think that's fine. It's just put bodies on the field. We know tournaments are going on. Tournament softball has really cut into league ball for weekend leagues. We all know that. Savage, you know that. Um, so we have to just plan accordingly. Does anybody
Yeah,
have an
there's
issue?
19 people on my roster.
Yeah, does anybody have an issue? Does anybody feel that's here tonight? I know we're missing a lot of captains here. Does anybody feel like they can't field a team week in, week out?
No. My issue last year was that we ended up getting forfeited 2 almost as much as we played. And so my team paid league fees, same as everybody else, and we didn't get to play.
Yep,
Yeah, that's not going to happen this year.
That cannot happen this year. And I will say this to every captain. I know not everybody's here. It's going to be a little bit different. You're going to hear from me. It's not going to be it just flies. You're going to hear from me if that does not happen. You have to make sure you have 10 players on the field each week. If we start to notice there's a lot of forfeits and that becomes an issue, it's going to be handled. And again, we don't want to kick people out of the playoffs or anything like that, but you signed up for a league, you put enough people on the field to play that game. Bar none. No excuses on that. Any issues with that, with anybody?
So are we leaving the bylaw in that says if you forfeit more than one game after week whatever, you can't play in the playoffs?
See,
Yeah, because that sounds. I remember what you were saying. It sounded different than what we were just talking about the half and the half for men and four for women. What is that? I didn't play in this league last year. Everyone else I know did. So what is it after what week 8? If you fight, like what is that bylaw specifically?
yeah, so the issue we ran into was a team forfeited
What
one
about
too
if
many
somebody's
games.
added in week 4 is maybe potentially one of the issues too?
Well, I'm saying you can add as much
Yeah.
as you want. They just have to qualify for the games to be in the playoffs. So I don't give a shit what you do during the season to get people on there. But if you forfeit too many games in the bylaw, then I think that has to be enforced.
Because we didn't enforce it last year. So
We did not. No, it was enforced and then it backtracked.
right.
We don't want that to happen again. We
But
want
I was
I'd rather
in this.
reschedule a weekend.
I mean, I was in this when we made that a bylaw, and it was actually my team that caused that to be a bylaw because it was my team that forfeited a playoff game. And that was before I took over. That was the year I took over, and we've never forfeited since. But
Yep.
like there's a reason it exists.
Oh yeah. Oh
no, and I
forfeits-
think
on
you know,
weekends it's tough. Yeah.
and that's a lot of things that that I had an issue with looking over the bylaws was that people were upset with things because it didn't go their way. We can't do that. We can't be a league if we set rules. And I don't think anything in here has been egregious. I went through it. I went through it with Brandon. We're gonna get copies of this to everybody. Um, I didn't think anything in here was all that bad, and I think that we had a lot of just people didn't know what was going on. I'm going to stay on top of the coaches. I have no problem doing that. I know every coach that's in this league this year, and guess what? Tiny Pipe's going to be a pain in your ass if you're not listening to what's going on. Okay. So, any other questions on that? I think that's the big thing that we had an issue with. Anything else on that?
I think once we have to look at when people join teams though too, because you are going to have people that fall off teams or join week 6 or whatever, and they're not going to be able to make half the games because of how many games are left or whatnot.
Well, that's okay.
So,
as long as
are we going to have to who keeps track of where we prorate from? Or
well,
are
no.
we just
I mean,
trusting the coach, or are we just trusting the coaches to
no.
not be asses?
We can check the books. Here's the thing. It's going to stick to what we said. Half the games for guys, 4 games for girls.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't have a problem with you grabbing Joey McGee to come play a game to make sure you have 10 people so that people show up on Sunday and get to play their game. That's been an issue. Okay. We want to make sure people are having their games. Okay.
We want to be able to grab Joey McGee for the weekend.
Does
But
Joey
I'm saying,
McGee?
what if we grab Joey McGee for the weekend and all of a sudden he wants to keep playing? And we're like, all right, cool. But there's not enough games left where he can make 10.
Then
which is half the games.
unfortunately for Joey, he's out.
So what if he's the 9th player for that team?
Then we could also
no, these are bridges. That's why. So I'm just asking
we
these
could have a
questions.
conference on that. Obviously, in my opinion, the rule is the rule. You got to make half the games.
I want to stick by that rule too. That's why.
Yeah, well, I'm so Joey. The example I'm using is just someone that we randomly grabbed to make sure that we had enough for one particular game.
Right. Say like
you should know who
someone
your core
that's having
10
attendance issues. What are we gonna make a? Oh wait, it's okay for them to be able to grab a guy that's not gonna be able to make 10 games because there's 12 weeks left in the season. 3 of them you can't make already. Are we gonna make it so that these guys now aren't gonna have a playoff team? Does that make sense?
I've never seen that be an issue, Brandon. I've been a coach for 10 years. I've been in the league for 14 years. I have never seen that happen.
Okay.
Josh is asking, will there be a waiver in case someone is short 1 or 2 games? I think we have to stick to the rule of.
Oh, do you mean like if someone's injured?
Well, yes, we can talk injured, obviously.
If they're injured and they play a tournament that weekend, it's definitely not a waiver weekend.
Yeah, if it's we're playing in Nationals this weekend, that's not going to fly. It has to be a legitimate injury here. But no, I think that's fair. Half the games for guys, 4 games for girls is what we said. Again, if you're adding, I love how people are saying Joey McGee is a beast. If you, I don't know who Joey McGee is, but I'm just saying, in case of that, the rules are the rules.
Yeah.
You can grab people as you go along, as long as you are providing enough players. Oh, we got Mason is here. Hey, Mason, how are you?
Hey, what's going on?
As long as you're providing enough players week by week, I don't think anybody's going to care. I think the big issue we had last year is that people want to play on Sunday. That means you provided a freaking team that day to play. Okay. If you're stacking up for a league like this to do things like that, then I feel sorry for you. I don't think that's going to be the issue. Put bodies on the field. We'll see who qualifies for playoffs, but at the same time, let's avoid the forfeits. That no one likes to win by forfeits. No one wants that. They want to play softball. End of story. Anybody disagree with that?
Nope.
And everybody does make playoffs.
Yes, we're gonna do. Everybody makes playoffs. That's gonna take us to our next piece of this. And I'm going to let Brand do this. So league costs, we have more teams this year. I think the league cost was $900 last year. Brandon, I know we've been crunching the numbers a lot. This has not been easy. I think we're going with $1,000 per team this year.
Yeah. What did I come up with? Let me just pull this up real quick.
And there is an option to share your screen if you need to.
I'm on my phone and my computer, and my computer's all messy right now, so I don't know what the hell's going on with it. I'm actually trying to currently fix it.
Because currently we are at 9 teams. What we found is I think the biggest expense that we found is umpires at the end of the day. I don't think the city is actually asking for a ridiculous amount of money for the 2 fields.
Are you planning on paying the winning team?
Yes.
Yep.
Because last year was the first year we ever did that.
Yeah, and that's not something that I typically have been into, but that is the league rule. NWO is still, because we had a little debate on this on Facebook, NWO is still owed the money. Greg had the check. He couldn't do what he needed to do. They're still owed the $1,000. It is sitting in the account. So,
which, we have the money in the account.
I just want everybody to know that Greg didn't walk away with money or anything like that. It's still in the account. He just needs a new check.
Some older leagues, they used it as a way for them to pay next year's dues. So the winner would
pretty sure
pay the next year.
Yeah, and I think in looking at the chat, I think that's probably what's going to happen. But yeah, no, Greg didn't run off with anything. It's all there. Yeah, I think that's
there was some confusion on Facebook. I just want to address that. I already addressed it there, but I just want to make it clear that's not what happened. It is sitting in the account. It is sitting there. So
do we need to pay the first place team? I mean, we never did until last year.
We are going to pay them. It's not a promise that me or Brandon made, but that is from the previous administration. So we do need to make sure that they get that money.
No, I mean,
something that you
whoever
guys
wins this year is what I'm saying.
Unless it's something, you guys want to change. I mean,
unless it's something, I mean, if the majority of people don't want to do that, I'm fine. Again, me and Brandon are very open to what people want.
I'm not gonna lie, and I don't care.
I honestly, I don't care either, but I think it's one of those things you're going to get folks that are going to want to stay in a league that if, say, for instance, they win it, they don't have to pay for it next year. There's not a lot of leagues that do that. So I think that might help with retention of people.
School way. That's
you know what I mean? That's how you keep teams coming back, and that's how you keep good teams coming back, because it's that instance of they're playing for something. You know what I mean? I'm just throwing it out there. It's like it may help with that. I don't care either way, but you're going to get more team.
It comes down to
retention.
$125 a team.
My issue with it is you say it brings teams back, it brings good teams back. Well, since we started doing that, the problem is it brings tournament teams back, and we don't want tournament teams.
Correct.
I mean, I think that's where we talked about like the parity of like teams and things like that. And I think that's what I saw. I think Brendan said that. I guess understandably speaking, but I mean, I don't. You can't tell people not to get into a league. You know what I mean?
I also have separated.
I do know that, and
three
Brandon,
divisions,
correct me if I'm wrong. The Industrial League always did that.
Yes, Industrial League pays out. They still do. That's how you guys get your sweatshirts.
I guess I would ask Ramel, as a new team, is that something that you would want to see?
I'm down for either or.
So it costs $125 for the winner of the league to take home $1,000. So you're gambling $125 between your teammates. So everyone's throwing $7.50 and saying, "Hey, we can win this thing."
I don't have a problem with it. I think teams, when they win, they like to buy. I know it didn't work out with NWO right now or whatever. People like to buy something or spend something on the team if they win it. I don't have a problem with that.
With that in it, and with adding in, I added in $50 just for the incidentals in case we run into who knows what, which we can just pay back at the end of the year. Just if we run into like, hey, we need more balls, Brad. We need more of this. We need whatever the case is. We have some money from each of the teams. That puts us at $940 with paying out. If you guys don't want to do it, doing the payout, I mean, it brings us down to $815, and that's with 20 games, and that's with playing all of our playoff games, which is 18 games. But everybody knows that not all the games get played, so that will drop that number too. So.
Yeah, we can discuss that. I don't have a problem with the payout. I think that's something teams want, because if they do win, I think they like to do a little something special with their team for winning.
Yeah, because I think every team's going to get a couple bucks back anyways at the end of the year.
Yeah, so I don't have a problem with it. If people don't want it, that's fine. I do think it's a cool aspect of it, because at least when you win, you want to do something with your team after.
That was also something that Dan and I were talking about, is if we end up with $20 extra from each team, do we want to leave it in the account, or do you guys want your $20 back and zero out the account at the end of the year?
I mean, old school, we used to leave it in the account, but I mean, that was years and years and years ago. So I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not against leaving anything in the account.
People are like, they don't want to leave it with somebody else, essentially.
Well, the thing is, Citizens is what the account is through. They will hit us with overdraft fees, so I may be just floating something into that. We can't overdraw the account. That's from
right. I believe that we should leave it in there too. I just wanted to get you guys' opinions and ideas.
Leave it in there. I'm done with that.
Yeah, we can leave it in there.
Yeah.
All right. Sounds like a plan. We do have a Facebook user. Most of the league of us are tournament players. That might be true. We're not saying that you can't have tournament players. A lot of us do play tournaments now. I'm not sure who this Facebook user is. I'm guessing it's Derek Dolan. But anyways. All right.
Derek,
so
your girlfriend's better than you are.
Oh man, it's not a lie. Any questions about that? So are we good with league costs? It's going to be $1,000, and we're going to pay out the winner, and everything else. I found that the biggest expense is actually umpires, which is.
What did you think it was going to be?
I didn't know. So
playoffs. We are going to have 2 umpires every game in the playoffs. So it was $20 more a game, and everybody always bitches about having. Why can't we have 2 umpires in the playoffs? Why can't we have 2 umpires?
It's $60 for 2 umpires.
It's $60 for 2 umpires, or $40 for one. It's a no-brainer. We spread that out through the whole league. It's nothing.
All right. Any questions on anything that we've gone through so far? Because we're going to go into what the schedule is with Brandon. Everybody good so far? Any questions from the audience? schedule. And
So
Brand,
essentially, I sent
there
that
is an
out
option
earlier.
to there is. Oh, you're not on your laptop though, because there is an
No, I'm
option
not.
to share your screen.
So I could just break it down. It was in that
Okay.
video earlier. If anybody wants to open it up, and it gives all the breakdown of all the pricing and gives the schedule as so far I see it. But we're breaking down into 3 divisions. I'm trying to get a feel out of everybody as to how their team's going to be, so that we can have like an A, B, and a C division. So that way, more of your rec teams get to play each other and whatnot, potentially more, and they get to come out of their division with a better record and come into the playoffs better. Just to kind of balance it out a little bit. So we're all going to play double headers every weekend. There'll be 5 games played at the fence field, and 4 at the gravel field. Each division will play, like the A division will play the first 3 games in like a round robin, and we'll have that every week. It'll be a different division. It'll be A division the first week, B division the next week, C division the week after. It'll be a round robin style. So all 3 teams will play in 3 different games. So they'll play 2 games each. So team 1 will play against team 2 and team 3, essentially. Should be starting at 2:00. Does anybody have an issue with starting at 2? I know like some of the leagues have folded that made it an issue before, that made it so we couldn't start at 2. It makes it so we're not playing at 9:00 at night, since we're back to having a good number of teams and with having double headers.
I'm a little confused. So you're only going to play during the regular season teams from your own division?
No, you're just going to end up playing more of your division. So I'm trying to get it more balanced for all the teams, so that the tournament teams don't have to play the teams that have just a guy pitching. You know what I mean? A guy that's, not prepared essentially to play against that guy, those guys. So I'm trying to balance that out a little bit and get a feel out of the teams first.
As a coach of a rec team and a coach who's been in this league longer than any of the other coaches, I find that a little offensive.
Oh, no. I'm trying to balance it a little bit to make it so that everybody can come out of it. Out of the I think it's only like 1 game difference. So you'd only play in your division 1 game difference. But then coming out of your division into the playoffs.
Brandon, how many games is it total?
How many games do we play?
Each
total?
team.
We're going to each play 20 games.
Okay.
I just have to fine tune it as to which teams we play when and all that. I'm making sure everybody has enough fenced field games, and everybody, like, what the thing that I show on the video is just hypothetical. I just wanted everybody to see something like that.
I don't know what video you're referring to.
I sent it out earlier on the group chat.
No, Marjorie's not. She's on the chat, but I know she doesn't.
Okay.
I don't use Facebook.
So I would. We can email that to her.
Yeah, I'll email that over to you.
Brandon, does everybody get to play everybody?
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's why everybody gets to play everybody. It's just it just makes it so like the rec team doesn't have to play the souped up team 10 times and.
Yeah, and I don't think any team's gonna be souped up or anything like that. Oh, we lost Brandon. But yeah, hold on, he'll be back. But Brandon is in charge of scheduling. Hold on. Oh no, he's not back yet. But I'll let him. Oh wait, there he is. He's back.
I got a phone call.
Yeah, we want to make sure everybody plays everybody. I think that's the big.
Yeah, everybody's
big
playing
thing.
everybody. It's just,
we're gonna have everybody in the playoffs.
Yeah, I'm just trying to balance it out a little bit so that so that it's just not. It's so that it's fun, so that it's fun for everybody. You know what I mean? I still have you guys?
Yeah, we're still here.
All right. Everything went dead.
Yeah, no, I really want to make sure everybody gets to play everybody.
And yeah. Everybody's playing everybody else.
And
at least twice.
I think the league, personally, I think it's all balanced.
I think
I don't. I think every team can hold each other or hold on with each other. That's not something I
Everybody
don't.
plays everybody at least twice, and then you play people in your own division at least 3 times, and then you play another random handful of teams 3 times.
All right, and Brandon, when do you think we can have that schedule out to everybody?
I just got to fine tune it.
Okay, so we can have that out to everybody. Anybody, any issues with the scheduling or what we're doing? So 20 games is what we're saying.
Yeah, so it'll be starting after Mother's Day, and we'll finish up the weekend after Labor Day.
Again, rainouts will happen, so we know that that's
Yeah,
going to be a thing.
so it'll push it back a little bit, but if nothing bad happens, and that's putting in for having Memorial Day weekend off, Father's Day weekend off, 4th of July off, and Labor Day off.
Okay. And did you had something in for Father's Day? Did you say
Yeah,
we want to do
Father's
some kind of
Day.
home run derby?
Yeah, we'll do the home run derby and a pickup game on Father's Day.
All right.
That's like
cool.
that'd be week 5. It's week 6. So it'd be a nice little like in between thing.
All right. Any questions about any of that? I know that was a lot. All right. Cool. So just something new we're trying to throw in. I'm working with so basically we've seen a lot of growth in New Hampshire with softball. We've seen the North, I would say anything past Laconia has grown quite a bit. And they're doing big things up there. I've been working with the president of the Franklin League to possibly have an all-star game at the end of the season. It'd be North versus South, Franklin versus Nashua. Just something to just kind of build the softball community a little bit more. Nothing too crazy. Exhibition game. Are people cool with that? I don't want to just speak on behalf of the league. I've already talked to Kyle, the president there. It's just something that we're thinking about doing. Would people be
I
Do
interested in
think
it.
that?
20
Do
people.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, do it. Do
Yeah.
I'm
it.
not sure who gets home field the first year or whatnot, but I think they got something really cool going on up there, and I think we got something really cool going on down here. And I
Where is
think it's
Frank?
just, I think it's, huh?
Where is Franklin?
Just was a little past Tilton or before Tilton. I'm trying to remember. But they got something really special going there, and I think we got something really special going here, and I think that'd be a very interesting game just for people to come hang out and watch. So something
Yeah.
we'd like to do after the league. Are coaches cool with that?
Yeah.
Yeah, and again, exhibition. I don't care if we pay umpires or anything. It's just something that I think that could make things a little
Oh
bit
yeah,
more
we can
fun.
just volunteer our own umpires.
Yeah,
Yeah, no, I think it'll be fun.
a little bragging
Yeah.
rights back and forth between the two leagues. Again, I think they're doing something really cool up there, and they've
With having
definitely.
9 teams, we could even build 2 teams.
Yeah, I don't want the first year. I don't want anything to be crazy. I think one game. But again, I think that
Yeah, it depends on how much interest we have from people that want to play.
Yeah, I think we've seen expansion for softball in New Hampshire, like something we've never seen before.
Yeah, we want to
Uh,
draw people in.
so I just think that'd be cool. Every team would be represented, no matter what. And we come up with, I don't know, 15 players from all our teams, and we go battle out with them. Maybe I would love to have it in Manchester because I think that's like a middle location. But yeah, just something I think that'd be really cool if people are down for that. Any questions on that or anything? Not a bad idea, good idea. I don't know. Mason,
I
any
like it.
thoughts? All right. And the other thing we're working on, and I don't know if people are down with this. I think technology has changed quite a bit over the last, 20 years or whatever. Thinking about doing a YouTube channel where teams can submit things. Everybody has their iPhones out. Everybody's taking video. We had a great video of Josh Lee in the finals last year. I'm thinking about doing just a
I don't want to
YouTube
hear about.
channel.
Oh no, that was. Yeah, I don't want to hear about that.
No, you weren't even in it, Brandon. Don't worry about it. But
Yeah, don't worry about it.
no, you were in it actually. Never
Yeah, I
mind.
know. We're up 18.
Yeah. I'm just thinking something that we all can share together and put videos into, whether that's an interview with a player or something cool that happened on
Can
the
you
field.
attach that to Facebook? Because there are some of us that are dumb, idiot old people.
Yeah, no, this will definitely be attached to Facebook. I really do want to use the new Facebook page as something very new. We, as much as I love the old
It's been fun
page,
in the past.
the old page got very toxic, and there was a lot of things thrown out there that was just, in my opinion, inappropriate and just not right. I thought a lot of there
Well,
was
that won't
attack.
be tolerated anyways in this
No,
I
league.
I
think
will.
that I think as you folks as administrators of that site, I think you have to have it so that it has to go through some sort of screening before it just gets put
So
up there because that's just to be safe. You want
Yeah.
to
Savage,
probably put that as
I
first.
appreciate that. The new page is that. We called it, or I called it, Nashua Sunday Coed 2.0. That was a little play on a wrestling thing, but the point of that page,
Surprise.
just like the Nashua pickup page has always been, and everybody knows that I run that page as well, was to keep the bullshit out of it. We're not going to have people attacking people on social media. You got a problem with somebody, you take it up with them. You don't post it and slander their name. That's not going to happen anymore. Um, as long as I'm president, that's not happening. But I was just thinking the YouTube channel is just something to build the community. Something cool happens, say, Savage, someone hits this monster home run and you caught it in on your phone. Give it to me. I'm going to post it on the YouTube page. Just something for us. Not it's not necessarily for everybody else, but something for us. Does anybody have an issue with that or anything like that?
I don't have an issue with it. I have no interest in it.
That's fine. No, and no,
I feel you there.
not everybody has to. We
Yeah.
just want to, the whole thing, and this has been talked about a lot. We want to build a community here. We don't want it to be what I felt the old league had become was this. It wasn't a community anymore. It was just people disliking other people, whether that was trash talking on Facebook or whether that was whatever. We don't want that anymore. I want the Sunday League to be a place where people want to be, where they
Yeah.
feel
Come
part of
have
it.
fun, have a beer,
You know,
relax, shoot the shit.
um, you know,
Don't kill each other, don't fight, all that happy shit. Like, let's
yeah,
go have fun.
yeah. That's honestly that's the vision that I have. Whether it's a YouTube page or just being at the field, I don't want people coming down and feeling that tension that just doesn't need to happen, in my opinion. People can disagree with me. I don't. This is a rec sport, and we should be having fun. We shouldn't be arguing with each other. That's just where I stand. Any questions about that? Anything open floor? Any questions? Anything in general? Anything that Brandon went over with scheduling, costs, All-Star game, bylaws, anything that anybody has. And again, this is being recorded, so we're hoping every coach watches this. I know not every team was represented tonight, but yeah, just anything that anybody has.
Nope, everything on my end.
Oh, we lost. Savage is back. Savage,
What's
can you
up?
hear
What's
me?
up? My bad. Sorry, guys.
No, you're good. Any open floor stuff? Any questions that you have remaining or anything like that? Um, again, we're
Just
trying
making
to.
sure. So league fees. So I just make sure. Sorry, I play in a bunch of leagues.
Yep,
We all do, obviously. The thing. So league fees cover umpires.
umpires, insurance. They
Okay,
cover.
here, I'll go
Yeah,
through it.
Sorry, I
You
just
ready?
want to make sure because some folks will
Yep.
act. I'm gonna be like, I think so. Like I forget. Some leagues make you bring money to the field, which is lame. Yeah.
So I'll send everybody. I'll send a
Pat, I'll get to your
picture out.
question 1 second.
I'll send out a
Go ahead,
picture
Brandon.
real quick. So field permits are $500. Balls are
No, field
45 a
permits are
dozen.
$800 because we have two
Oh,
fields.
then we did math wrong then.
Yeah,
All right.
that's okay.
So
We'll be all right.
yeah. All right, so we need to just add $300 to the 9 teams, so it'll be $50 more than we thought. Look, the incidentals are $50. Look at that. So balls are 45 a dozen. Give each team 2 dozen. Women's balls are 25 for 6, and we'll give each team 6 of those. After that, teams got to buy their own if they want fresh balls. If they want to swing at crap balls, they can swing at crap balls. Mark your balls, guys, and pay attention to them during the game. If the other team doesn't want to bring the balls and they want to hit bad balls, then that's on them. You don't have to give them balls to play with. We're all adults. We can all pony up for balls. The insurance through U-Trip is $130. The umps are $40 a game, or $60 for 2 umps for the postseason. There's 20 games for each team, which comes out to $400 towards umps. And in the playoffs, the equal share out of 18 games comes out to $120 a team. If we do the prize payout for $1,000, that would come out to $125 from each team. So I have the total with having a payout at $940, but that was before I just realized that we could add another $50 for one of the permits. So it'll be $990 if we do the prize, and if we don't, it'd be $7 whatever.
Yeah, just leave it. I mean, it hasn't gone up from what it really was. It came
It's
up
still
a little
under.
bit.
Yeah, it's still under 1,000.
So, Brandon, what's our final total per team?
$1,000.
All right, so we'll leave it at that. $1,000. Savage, does that answer the question, or?
Absolutely does. What balls are we using?
We're using reds.
Yeah, we got to go to hot dots, man.
This
There's
is
too many
something
guys
that I
hit
know
the
people
ball
are going
too
to
hard.
argue with me about. I don't care. Blue dots have run their course. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm
They're
not going to have a
dangerous.
pitch. I don't want a pitcher getting killed in a rec softball event. Plain simple. We're going to red dots.
It's a better ball when it's hot out. It's a more consistent ball. It doesn't come off the bat as hot. You know, it's a more safe ball.
No, the problem is U-Trip bats have just gotten out of control. And the blue dots. Is everybody cool with red dots? Like, I don't really want to argue about this. I know that we've gotten into this a lot. Is everybody cool with red dots? Okay. Pat Conley has a question from Facebook, so I do want to answer this. Mandatory uniform during games. All right, here's the deal. It is a bylaw. Okay, we didn't rewrite them.
What do you guys think? Like, does anybody have a specific opinion? Because I know everyone sort of does.
So I will tell you, because I was around when that bylaw came about, I will tell you what it is meant for.
Sure.
So
okay.
The whole reason that we put that in place was because there was a season right before that where people were picking up random players on Sundays that were stacking their teams.
Okay.
So the idea was that if you had people had to be in uniform, it helped prevent people from stacking their teams.
Gotcha.
That
so
was
it's kind of like before
point.
people knew what a roster type of thing.
Yeah, it was a way of trying to keep people from just picking up some random guy who happens to not be playing in his tournament that week.
Gotcha.
No, and I totally respect that. I do.
Would anybody be against just going to a similar jersey policy?
Because we want to check. We want to check. We want to check the. We want to check the books.
Is similar uniforms.
Brandon, we want to check the books. We don't want to check the uniform.
Correct. That's what I mean. Like during the game, just having a similar jersey color. I
would appreciate teams to wear the same color.
That's what I mean. Yeah.
It's not. I know. Like it's softball, not basketball, where you're on the. But I think that's the least. I mean, teams should be getting jerseys. Are we going to be like, nope, you have to forfeit a playoff game because, Pat Conley didn't have the right jersey on? No,
it's always Pat. Come on.
Absolutely not. We're not going to do that. I think if there's a player in question, that's where we check the books. Everybody should have, a book. That's going to be something else, Brandon, we're going to have to grab too. We're going to have to get every team a book. That's where we can check it. As far as jerseys,
keeping track of books too, guys.
Yeah,
If you don't know somebody, make sure you write it down, not just the number.
and
Just because
Pat
the
has some
guy's got a
words
number
for
24 on
Marjorie
his
right
back.
now.
What's that?
Uh,
What'd you say?
I said Pat has some words for Marjorie right now. Yeah, as I would just say, I'd appreciate everybody trying to, buy jerseys for your team. That's something in
Yeah.
softball that we all enjoy. Everybody likes to get a new jersey. Let's not argue about whether they had the right shirts or not. If you can match colors in the playoffs, that'd be much appreciated. But as long as you qualified for the games that you were supposed to play in the playoffs, then I have no issue with that.
And it's always been, even when we inducted that rule, it was always if somebody showed up, they forgot their uniform, if the coaches agreed, it was fine. So it was never something that was like, we're going to kick you out of the game.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah.
again,
There's
it was
just a
just
spirit to the rule to make sure. Yeah.
all right. We got a Facebook user who, again, is not giving permission. I think this is Dolan, to be
No, I know
honest.
who this is, I think.
Serious question. I'm on the fence with playing. If I join a team halfway through the season, do I need to make all the games to be playoff eligible? Make 5. No, you have to make the requirement, which is half the games of the season if you're a male, 4 if you're a woman. Is that what I think that's what we agreed on?
Yep.
So we appreciate the question. Someone's saying we're boring. Might be. I don't know who that is. I think that's Derek Dolan again. If you're submitting a prom, there's not. Yeah, and I agree, Pat. I definitely agree with that. We're gonna worry about the books. We're not gonna worry about what shirt is worn. So, but yeah, no. I mean, does anybody have anything else? What are we thinking? How are we feeling? I know that we don't have all the coaches here. Again, I would
If
like.
people are injured, just let us know. They can obviously we'll deal with it.
We're not the Gestapo. We're gonna be
Yeah,
open
they obviously can
to,
come off the books.
you
We do
know,
play a doubleheader. They can come off the books for that weekend or whatever. Obviously, someone breaks their fucking ankle, they're not gonna play for 3 weeks, and then not gonna end up being playoff eligible because they broke their ankle. Well, I
and we could
mean,
take, we can take that
we'll
to the
take
board
that
on
into
injuries.
consideration, obviously, and
This is
take
Pat.
those
This is
games out of
obviously
it.
Pat. This is Pat Taylor at this point. He loves Trump. Um,
Hey, go weed whack while you're at it.
but yeah, no, I think that's pretty straightforward. So if we can get, what do we say, Brandon? What do we want dues to be in by? 18th of November, of April.
We should actually, chat about that and figure that out exactly,
And
because we
how
do
are we
need
getting
to
those
get
to you?
because we do need to get the town their
So
money. We do need to get balls ordered. Um,
yeah, so
we
we might
need
have
to
to do a
get
little bit
some
for
money
that.
over to you, Trip.
I think it's gonna have to be. So honestly, I was looking at Venmo, but I don't know how to, I Venmo my phone for my own account. I think this has to be, and I don't know, Brandon, what
No,
you
you're
think.
fine doing Venmo, because that way it's a record. We'll just use yours.
Well, we're not using my account for Venmo. It would have to be, other than that, write me a check that I can put into the Nashua
Actually, yeah.
Coed
Why don't we
League.
just do that? Yeah, just do checks.
All right, checks to the Nashua Coed League. There is a bank account with Citizens, and we can put it in there. And then I'm thinking we write checks to the umpires. I mean, I believe I have the checkbook for the league, so
How am I
everything
getting a check to you since we haven't seen you in person?
is most people in Nashua.
Yep.
Okay, then I have no problem. I'll see
Yeah, one of
Ramel.
us will run around and grab them.
Ramel, I have no problem finding Ramel. Mason, are you in the area? Oh, maybe Mason's not on here anymore. I know how to get to Savage very easily. Melissa, I can get to. Max. I mean, most of the people in the league, I know where to find them. I don't think there's any. Yeah, maybe not Steve. I don't know where Steve is at, but as Savage, you know him, right?
I
Leader
do, I
Savage.
do. So I can figure something out if it's easy. I think he lives in Lowell. But yeah,
Yeah,
I can help that out.
I would say majority of the people in the league, I know where to find them. We'll punch him. That's Michael Schultz. We know that. But yeah, no, majority, Marjorie, if you're in Nashua, I can find you. Basically, we just want to get in the count. Brandon, what'd you say? What do you want to put the deadline for that?
On getting the money in.
Yeah.
We should have it in before we play a game.
Well, we're doing the first week in May, so I'm trying to think. Like
or
I
at
said,
least a handful of games in.
you think April 18th is a good enough cutoff?
Let me pull my thingy up here.
We do half on the 18th and half before the league season starts.
Yeah,
We can do that as long as we have enough to pay the umpires on the first day.
Yeah, as long as we can get started up. That's the
then
big
we
thing
can
is
figure
the
out the
startup
rest.
money.
Yeah.
Again, I'm not sure how Max and Sandy did that or how Bud did that. I know Bud ate a lot of money, which he probably shouldn't have done.
He never raised the league fees. That's why Bud ate a lot of money.
Yeah. Bud's a good guy. We want to get him involved again too, but.
And Max and Sandy told us we had to pay before the season started, but then they were lenient with some teams and things got.
I think there's always gray area.
What did you guys think for whatever week 4, week 5 for the second one, week 4? Because we're gonna need balls and payouts by then.
Yeah, I think that'd be
so
fine.
June 12th.
So April 18th and June 12th.
That works for me. As long as we're getting the umpires paid. And again, the city was very strict on don't you dare step on that field until you paid us. Which was a little aggressive when they said that to me. But I said, all right, that's fine.
Yeah, if you step on the field, you don't belong in this league. That's all. Just don't say that you do.
We're going to be fighting with, they're like, otherwise we're giving it to the cricket people. And I said, okay. No. But the lady that runs Park Rec, she stepped down. So it's a new guy. And I don't know if he knows everything.
No, he doesn't. He used to deal with other stuff. I know who you're talking about now.
No, I told him straight up, like he goes, I don't know what to do here. And I go, hey, welcome. I said, I'm a first-year league president. Trust me, I get it. But, yeah, no. Hold on. Now we get another question from Finance Brandon. I suggest the first payment. All right, this is from Stephanie Hart. I suggest the first payment 418 and the second payment by the first game. I want to make sure the account is full. I don't know. What do you think, Brandon? To Stephanie's comment. I know Stephanie knows her math.
So
I was going to suggest that too. So
what's
that?
We
could do that.
Yeah, I was just looking at it too, and that's a
418 first game.
That's a big gap, anyways. I was just looking at it on the computer.
Yeah, we don't want to roll into. You know what? The thing is, if we wait too long, people are gonna, if we go into a game and we go, we don't have everything, and the umpires are gonna get pissed. If
Can everybody have everything by week 1, May 15th?
I would say that's not. I mean, it's March 23rd right now. I'm not sure how much it is per individual team, but I mean, I don't think it's a substantial amount. So, I think
it's almost 2 months. I mean, so we'll just April 18th, and then the rest of the dues by week 1.
Everybody go with that? Ramel's easy. He just gives a thumbs up. I love it.
Yeah, good to go.
Thank you for stepping in there, Stephanie.
Yeah, good to go.
No, Stephanie, she's very valuable.
Yeah, thank you.
We know she can be very helpful to this. So, yeah. Anything else that anybody has? Questions? Anything in general? Again, we're going to ask that Max, all the other teams that were not here, that watch this video, so at least they know what's going on. But I think we got a good thing going here, and I'm hoping that we can get this back to. I've always enjoyed the Sunday League, but I want to get back to a place where people want to be and people enjoy to be. So that's what we're aiming for this year. But anything else, anybody?
Anytime anything needs to be addressed as well, please speak up. Like this is leagues for everyone. So
again, we're not changing the bylaws. Again, I didn't think anything was egregious. I think that people just didn't know them. If I have to take Max Vignola and force him to read them, I will. So we're gonna make sure everybody knows them.
Max has been called out.
I love Max. That's why he's the face of the chat right now. But anything else anybody has?
Brandon, I already told Dan, but I'll tell you, I visit Facebook maybe once a week and I don't use Messenger at all. So that is not a good way to get me information.
You got it.
in Marjorie, we have your text now. We have your email. Yeah, we what we
I
found
would
over
rather
the
put
year.
everybody in an email, anyways. To be honest with you.
Me too.
So
Yeah, what we found. I mean, out of all the years I've been running softball stuff, not just this. I've
I
always
mean, we
found
can post stuff
Facebook.
on Facebook.
Yeah.
But I would rather have an email chain where people can actually see shit.
No,
and they can pin it if they want.
Marjorie, we'll always make sure that you're included. Like I said, I have your text, I have your email. I just know how to track all these other dirt bags through Facebook. So, and I say that very nicely. I'm sorry, guys. But yeah, no. Anything else anybody has? All right. Honestly, I enjoyed everybody coming on here. This has been great. We're gonna have this all out again, 18th, first due. After that, by the first week. But let's have a great season. Let's have a good time, and let's get Sunday Coed back to a league that everybody wants to be at. And let's beat the shit out of Franklin when we play them. So
Yeah, hey folks, we got up to 9 teams. It's pretty impressive.
very impressed by it. Very happy about it. And
What
I
did we
know.
carry over for?
Yeah, we were dead in the water, but we're still here.
We were
4
at
teams
12
carried.
pre-COVID, so
Yeah.
Yeah,
So back up.
COVID took an impact on the league, and yeah, not
Back
much
up.
we could do there. But I'm telling you, we're gonna have, and Pat Connolly saying play ball. We're gonna have fun. And this is me and Brand's vision for this year is we want people to show up, and we want you to have a good time, and want people to love playing softball again. And that's all we can wish for. So, but we will talk to all you soon. But all the coaches that didn't get to see the meeting, please watch this. But love you all. President Pipes out.
Hey guys.
There you guys.
Later.